Scorpios, my darlings, this is for you. There is something concealed that you can't quite see, but 10 of Pentacles is your destiny. So whatever instability you feel in your life right now, whatever rocky ground you stand on, whatever that thing is in your mind where you're going, I don't know how that's going to work out. I can't see. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. Could be dealing with a Pisces or a Virgo here, okay? I've got 9 of Cups coming out twice, which is amazing because this is aligned to the Scorpio forecast for the year. And your card for the year is the 9 of Cups. So it's fascinating to see this and go, this is a Scorpio read. Damn. You know, real confirmation for Scorpios, which says to me more than anything else as well, guys, is you're showing up as yourself. You are showing up as yourself. And actually now I'm getting a vision in my head of a dream I had last night. And in that dream, how weird, in that dream, I said to Scorpio, satisfaction can only be found by going through dissatisfaction. Weird that I'm dawning on this dream with you in the now moment and doing your reading today. And I didn't know I was going to do readings today. Last night, I had a dream talking to a Scorpio, and the Scorpio said to me, my life doesn't quite feel satisfied right now. Hermitologist, we're coming into the new year, it's January, and you said this is the year of satisfaction, but actually I'm pretty dissatisfied with life at this time, hermitologist. So go and check out the yearly forecast, the one wrapped in gold. I'm now getting a full-on flashback to the dream. I'm tripping out with you in Inception. So I'm seeing me sleeping, dreaming, seeing the thumbnail for your Scorpio reading, and then I'm hearing that conversation I'm having with you where you're telling me, hermitologist, you're wrong. I'm dissatisfied. This can't be the year of satisfaction. It can't. And that's fascinating because now the moon's coming out first, right? And the moon's outrightly going, I can't see the satisfaction you speak of, right? And the 10 of Pentacles are on top of that going, well, it's here. It is here. And like I just said, you don't know what satisfaction really is until you know dissatisfaction. So much content out this week on my channel and my other channel, Her 7D Consciousness, where we talk about the power of suffering. We may need to make that a thing over on Hermitology Tales. Click subscribe over there for that to come out, right? Hit like in the comments, write the power of suffering if you would like that content to be created. We have so much psychological debates. Let's call them monologues, actually, over at Hermitology Tales. I have 5 channels. Check them all out. At the top of the page, they are linked. Yeah? 6 of Wands here in the back of the mind. King of Swords in the front of the mind. Fascinating energy you're presenting with. Because in the back of the mind, you know you're victorious. In the back of the mind, you know you're successful. In the back of the mind, you're loved and adored. You get it, right? So I want to cuss you out a little bit. I want to be, why are you being obnoxious? Why are you being an arse? Why are you being arsey? Why are you being antsy? It is January. We do have the January blues, but I'm here to check you a little bit today, I think, Scorpio, because 9 of Cups in your past, 6 of Wands in the back of your mind, the moon in the present moment, absolutely blocked by the 10 of Pentacles. Right? It'll be a problem if the 10 of Pentacles was blocked by the moon. But no, the moon's blocked by the 10 of Pentacles. You're just in your feelings because you can't see every ounce of the scenario. Because satisfaction isn't in front of you today in the now moment in the most blissful way you desire. And that's not how life works. You're quite icy. King of Swords, icy, numb, cold, cutting. Yeah? You're loved and adored, right? And you're not exuding that externally. But, well, you are because it's the front of the mind. And I guess it's how you think people see you. Like there's this double entendre. Stay with me. And it's a double entendre of the self. Yeah? Because you know exactly who you are, Scorpio. Don't play me. Don't play me for a punk today, and don't play your own energy for a punk. Because the truth of the matter, and I've cussed you about this before in a previous reading, where I said God called you out and said you're acting like are you going to let the devil punk you? Go and check out the Scorpio reads, maybe about fourth or fifth from this one. I said, Scorpio, are you going to be a punk bitch for the devil? Or are you going to let the devil punk you out? I thought you said no. Yeah? And do you know why that's even more fascinating? Because the devil's here. In the hopes and fears position. We haven't even got there yet. I'm getting my energy is different with you. Now I'm officially on one with you guys. Let's keep going though. Page of Cups. I accept your apology. If that's directed towards me, I receive you. Page of Cups, because that's the apology card. So we've just flown over there. I'm going to chill. I apologise for getting a little bit brash with you in the now moment. But the truth of the matter is, with the Page of Cups, it's... I think I've said this to your zodiac before. Who do you need to forgive? And who needs forgiveness from you? Does that make sense? Do you need to apologise? Do you need to say sorry? Or are you expecting sorries and apologies from others? Because there's that energy as well, double entendre energy again. It's really nice because it shows that you are conscious and that you do have emotions and you do have a heart. You're so driven by the Six of Wands in the back of the mind because you know you're loved and adored, right? You know that you are centre stage. You know you've got a lot of people cheering you on. You are incredibly important in whatever you do in reality. Ace of Swords out here too, in this position as kind of like a real asset to you. You're clear in the mind. So you could be cold cutting. This is kind of boss. I want to say senior citizen a little bit here as well. Like you could be a senior leader, you could be the senior in the team, you could be the manager, the lead, someone who's got a really headstrong position. So an accountant, this would give me as well. Someone who's in a really boss position. So you just get your job done. So you're just walking around talking to other people going, right, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need you to do that. This money's here. Where's that money? I need that much money by this date. Get that done on my desk now. It's quite like feisty like that. And it's kind of like with the Page of Cups, it's I see a feminine energy coming through, right? And I want to say it's kind of your energy, but it makes me feel like, is there a feminine in the team that you spoke to a little bit harshly that you could apologise to? Somebody who potentially hasn't shown up to work for the last 4 days because of a dispute or disagreement, some kind of hurt or upset. It's not major because you could both go about it and act like this never happened. Someone in your position normally wouldn't even bother saying anything. You would get on. But I feel like you do get on with this person, and if it's not an apology or nothing really bad happened, I think them seeing the more sensitive side of you would really, really help, because I think you categorized a lot of individuals around you that are kind of subordinates, and as a result, everyone feels a little bit small and insignificant to you. I'm also getting the quote, the most favorite quote I have of all quotes, which is the Einstein goldfish quote, right? And I'm getting it in a way I've never had it before. Yeah. So the quote talks about anyone has the ability to be a genius, but if you judge a fish by their ability to climb a tree, they'll spend their whole life feeling they are stupid. In this instance, I feel like you have judged someone's ability to do something based on your standards. Yeah? So you've judged a fish for not being able to climb a tree. And you've spoken down to that fish, made that fish feel really, really insignificant in a meeting. Yeah? And this person is a genius in their own right. Listen to Einstein. Everyone's a genius. But you've made this person in your team. And to be honest with you, it could be a lot of people in your team. This could be the long-awaited apology that a lot of people need from you personally. Because when we do go on crusades, as I want to say as professors, I don't know who I think I am, but as professors, as philosophers, as enlightened beings, as active minds, as hardcore go-getters, as people in the seat doing the damn thing, yeah, leaders in our own right, we speak so willy-nilly sometimes, do that, and you're rushing around, and you might not see that person for another week. You might not see that person a year again. You might not see that person for 6 months. Sometimes you're busy and you don't have frequent contact. But the last contact you did have, you could have potentially made that person or that fish feel like they are so insignificant and they're such a failure because they can't climb a tree. And you don't know what you do to people with your words sometimes. Like, I'm active, you know? Like, so I'm trying to teach you and me in the same breath. I'm active in my vocabulary, as you could imagine. Look at all my content. I don't shut the fuck up. I will come at you nice. I will come at you soft. I will tell you what the fuck it is. I will swear. I will be loud and abrasive and direct with you in the now moment when I have something to say. But I turn around rapid. Yeah, because I'm also consciously aware of not only positive psychology, human flourishing, yin and yang, and the need to be self, but I'm also aware that I don't want to fracture you in any way whatsoever. But I do want you to fucking feel the force that is me and my energy in the now moment. And I wanted to say my anxiety in the now moment, and that's fucking out of order because I just outed myself. But that is true. And God's teaching me in the now moment. I'm anxious in the now moment about this scenario and about this money and about this markup and about the way in which you're going or what you said or what you done. I'm pissed off. I need you to receive that vibration because that energy needs to be transmuted, and you sent that to me through your work, through your ethics, through your mind frame, through your discipline, through your day-to-day or lack thereof. Yeah, sent it out. There's no going back. But can I repair that in the now moment, 20 minutes later, 5 minutes later, as soon as possible, transmute that? Can I bring myself back down to 0 point and go, okay, I'm sorry that I had to give you that vibration in the now moment, but I need you to understand how affected I am by that situation or the incident we're in. I don't want to offend you in any way whatsoever, but I have to be true. And I don't know anyone else who behaves in the way in which I do, okay? So I'm definitely not going to teach you my techniques. I am an absolute wild, feral individual, yeah? But that's the point. Whatever that is for you, we all have our own unique ways of function. I function incredibly well when I have the ability to operate freely like that. That's a bit OTT of an example, but I'm trying to give you something to pull on here, you know? Because for me, and specifically in relation to you, I see you being not so forward like that, but I see you being numb. No, next. Like, bruh, air. People get nothing out of you, or get silent treatment, or get completely disregarded and dismissed. And someone could have worked on a proposal or project for a week solid, stayed up all night, and now they feel shit. And they feel insignificant, and their output over the next year, if you don't see them again because it was a project planning meeting and no one's ever going to see each other likely except for the big meetups when we do the annual stuff, they're leaving thinking they are so useless as a employee or a member of the team or someone in the network or community, you know? I'm getting the story in my head, right, of the times I've done like tarot Zooms. And when I do tarot Zooms and everybody's on the line, everyone can see everyone. But I'm doing tarot for this one person. I'm connecting with them on such an in-depth personal level. But everyone else in the team is also watching that. Everyone else on the call is watching that. In Teams, on Zoom, whatever it is. And in these groups or even meetups. I've done meetups. And we've got a circle of 10. And maybe more than that sometimes, depending on what age range. We've got a whole group, like loads of people, all sitting there with affirmation cards, different kind of narratives, and I'm going in on them. But I'm not processing. Everyone else is watching. And if I'm the lead and the powerful one in the situation, which obviously you are, you don't realize that you then give everybody else leeway to treat that person the way you did, or you give people insight into that person's workload or lack thereof, and then they feel that too, because there's been incidents where I've kind of pulled away, taken a break, or just seen the effects of my activity. I don't want to go too long. Why is Scorpio always getting so much time from me? Scorpio, damn it. We're going to go. I'm going to keep it quick, but it's so important. The vision's so vivid in my mind. There was an incident I had, right? So bear this in mind in relation to your story, and letting go as well, because we're closing this out with the 7 of Wands in mind, resistance, yeah, the Devil, and the 4 of Pentacles. So hear this story as we leave, right? I have a group of 10 sitting in a circle. We're using the emoji deck, and we shuffle the deck. Everyone's got their cards out, and we're flipping and going. This is a holistic experience. And everyone's sitting on the floor, just kind of having a holistic tarot reading. They've never experienced anything like this with me before. Everyone's allowed to free flow. It's at an event, so there's other stuff going on and different activities in different rooms. But I'm just doing what I would normally do. But this kind of clientele or base group isn't anyone I know whatsoever, right? So they don't know how I work. So I'm fully in the channel. We're going through it. But the emojis are incredibly telling, is the point. As the cards are flipped over, you can see what exactly has happened with those emojis. Yeah? If you've got a crying face, if you've got a eggplant, if you've got a heartbreak emoji, all 3 of them together, what does that tell you? I don't need to be a reader to see what that is. Everyone in the room has already seen what that is. Somebody who's not even part of the group, who can free flow in and out, has walked in and gone, oh shit, oh my God, oh, your life's fucked. Joking about it, that person has burst out crying in the middle of the room, because that is true. Because magic's real, narratives are real, symbolism is real. People don't understand the severity of it. In that moment, I didn't realize how exposed I left that person. I felt really bad in that moment. I really fucked up, because I didn't perceive the energy to be so strong, actually. And in that moment, it wasn't me blasting her. I then had to blast that person. Get out. Get out of here. This is a circle that everyone has agreed to be in. Are you going to sit down? Should we pull your cards and talk about your life? Should we pull your cards and talk about your life? And they're like, no, I don't want in. Of course you don't want in. And the girl is now crying in the middle of the circle, or as part of the circle. And I'm like, I've got to do recovery in the now moment, because I'm like, fuck. And then obviously it comes around to her. She explains it, and it is exactly what you see here. It is related to a relationship that has ended. Eggplant emoji, we know what that means in relation to sex. Let's not go there, right? It was really sad. Yeah, so understand, although that's a tarot example, that's still me in business doing a job, and that's still a whole group of people seeing into the life of somebody else, you know, the works of someone else, the workings of someone else. That's someone else having an emotion. Someone could have cried outrightly as well and been really, really emotional and really, really down. Others are seeing that. So it's about having compassion and understanding. And there is this 4 of Pentacles. What are you holding on to, Scorpio? Because this is how we're ending. With the 7 of Wands as the immediate future, resistance. So you're pissed off and irritated because you feel dissatisfied with life. You've also had the audacity to pull up to me in dream state and tell me that you're dissatisfied, and that my tarot reading saying that it's the year of the satisfaction is wrong for you. Called the hermitologist out in dream state to bitch about it. And then you have the audacity to then pull up with 7 of Wands, pull up with your hopes and fears in the devil, with the devil, and then pull up with your outcome of the 4 of Pentacles. You're blocking yourself. You've got 9 of Cups here twice, but you're still blocking yourself because you haven't quite yet decided what satisfaction is for you. And you haven't decided to pin dissatisfaction up on the wall and look in the mirror and look at all the components and get in Mary Jane, where she puts all the post-it notes around the house and post-it notes on the mirror and the affirmations. I don't like this, I do like this, I do want this, I don't want that. What is dissatisfaction for you? Put it in the comments. What is satisfaction for you? Show me, tell me, explain it to you, to yourself, to anyone who needs to know. Share that narrative with the team. Share that narrative with the others. I wouldn't have been able to pull that group back from the brink if I didn't blast that other person. And they had every right to interject and comment, like it's free will. But I had to roast that person just to make that person feel better, because now they're crying. And it was no longer fun or exciting. It was just really awkward. And everyone else was now horrified to have their turn next. Because God forbid their cards look anything like that. Imagine you've got the crying emoji, the heartbreak emoji, and the eggplant emoji. And the girl actually said, so you had a breakup and now you're crying over dick. And that's why I had to blast her and kick her out the room. And it was true, when the girl decided to finally speak on the story, it was exactly what that girl said. She could have done my job. I'm irrelevant. I'm a medium. I just opened the channel. I'm so insignificant. And that's what we have to remember sometimes. And you as a lead, you have to remember that you are insignificant to a certain degree. If you're doing your job well enough, you don't need to be there. You shouldn't have to be there, yeah? Choose to be insignificant and give the power to the others, yeah? But teach the others how to use that power, wield that power correctly. Because realistically, that girl who called that out is really good at what she does. And she could amazingly do what I was doing if she was taught how to do it and the magical element of it was removed and we were just being psychoanalytic and doing positive psychology and human flourishing. She would be an amazing asset to the team. I didn't even apologise to that girl after that. I kind of did, but I recovered it and said, hey, you know what you've done, right? You know what she was going through. That was really insensitive, right? You couldn't handle that. And she was like, yeah, no, I really couldn't. But it's the point here. The conversations need to be had. Clarity and understanding needs to be given. And in any way you feel satisfied and irritated, we need to be harsh. We need to kick people up the arse. But we also need to always return to neutral. So those relationships can stay stabilized. We want healthy relationships. And we really, one of the rules in spirituality is do no harm. Yeah, sorry, that's also in science as well, in research. Do no harm. Do not leave the participant any worse than they came in as. I've had to really study that and learn that. Ethics, yeah? Ethics are really, really important. Do not leave anyone worse off. Do not harm or wound the participant during the experience. Yeah? Love and light, Scorpio. Love and light.